Parm, we've been reflecting that the politicians now are getting involved in this whole sort of circus concerning Lancashire Police, which may be not that helpful for the detectives directly involved. But clearly there are two separate areas, it seems, to be addressed. That is the search operation itself and how a body was not found earlier. And then secondly, this whole release of information regarding Nicola and her personal circumstances.
Good afternoon. Yes, it has become a bit of a circus with so many different interventions from so many different people. But what we've got to remember is there is a body there that hasn't been identified yet, and that identification is imminent, so it will be in the next few hours or so. And then when we look at if it is or isn't, then that's when the questions will be asked. There's already been 3 reviews announced into this investigation. There's an internal review being done by Lancashire Police. There's a review being done by the IOPC, who are the police watchdog, and a third one which is being done by the information commissioners. And as you quite rightly said, there are 2 different parts to this. One is the investigation and the other one is the communication strategy. And when you look at it as an outsider, Lancashire Police have dedicated a team of detectives, 40 or 50 people. They've had search and rescue, they've had drones, helicopters. They've put a lot of effort into this investigation, and you have to recognise that, because there are about between 150 and 170,000 people who are reported missing every year. They don't get this level of investigation, and this one has, and it's because of that public interest that this one has stayed in the public media as much as it has.
And this, perhaps to remind people, is standard procedure for police inquiries. It is useful for them to bring the public in as their eyes and ears, so that any evidence of sightings or vehicles, you know, and we hear these appeals about dash cam footage and so on, that is now part of normal everyday policing.
It is, because it's the public who help the police officers solve crimes. Police officers don't have the answers. And it may be a member of public who's seen a vehicle, a person, and this is right across the board in any type of investigation. You need the support of the public and the local community to put those pieces of jigsaw together to solve the incident or the crime. But there is a fine line between genuine helping members of the public and those people who have got social media channels of their own and are using it to further their own careers as such.
And just to get your view as a former senior police officer about the involvement of the politicians now, is one of the problems about all these inquiries that are launched that it becomes a blame game, that someone has to take the fall for this in the end?
Absolutely, and I have seen some of the press conferences, and it's not right to be defensive, because if you're defensive, then you can't acknowledge the need for change, not necessarily acknowledge mistakes if there are none. And I'm sure that the review will, you know, it's not for me to say, that's for the review to say, but you've got to be open to make a change and make different decisions going forward. And I think those decisions will be around the social media and the media and communication strategy that was used in this case.
Yeah. Parm, thank you very much indeed for your view on that. And of course, we'll see what continues with the formal investigation and identification of the body to come.